Hey there, welcome to the AI Equation Podcast. In today's episode, we're exploring how AI is redefining the sales process and enhancing efficiency and effectiveness. Let's discover the AI tools that are transforming sales. With me is my co-host, Jake. Welcome to the podcast, Jake.
Thanks, Alex. So today's episode, we begin by understanding the pivotal role AI plays in the world of sales. AI-driven solutions are helping businesses streamline their sales processes, improve customer engagement, and boost overall revenue. And currently, AI is employed in sales prospecting, where it identifies potential leads based on data analytics and user behavior, ensuring sales teams focus their efforts where it matters most.
Yeah, and this is really interesting to me because I think the data is where it's at. I mean, this has been used for years. I remember being at a conference in Vegas in 2016. This was an IBM called IBM Ignite, and they were talking about how they powered their AI was powering Salesforce's Einstein. So Einstein is basically the brains or the AI behind Salesforce's CRM, and it allows salespeople, business development people to enable a ton of features to make it better for their customers. But to me, the data is really important, and the tools are even more important, because the thing is that we can talk about all the tools, and at this moment there are thousands of sales tools that are driven by AI, and it sounds appealing. And for a lot of salespeople, they're going to try to shorten that sales cycle and clearly make their process more efficient and more effective. But it comes back to the data. So for me, I know that my customer data, what's in my CRM, is really sensitive and has sensitive information. So before I tell you, hey, go out and try these sales tools, these that are driven by AI, I would just caution you to make sure that you choose the tools that are best in class. Typically, I don't mind going with something that's open source. I don't mind going with a startup. But when it comes to your customer information, I think you have to be really careful. So CRM systems like Salesforce, HubSpot, they are already integrating the AI-driven analytics to provide your sales teams with the comprehensive view of their customers. So like really in depth, right? However, there are other companies in this space, like Facebook for one, where they are taking a lot of the data between you and your customer, and they're using it so that they can obviously sell more ads. So it's reported that Facebook, for example, will they will see north of 600 million chats per day using Messenger and WhatsApp. So they take all those interactions between you and your customers, so the business page and the customer, and then they're able to enhance the experience. But it's not so much about enhancing the experience for them. It's more about selling more ads. So you have to be careful what information you share between social media, your website, and the sales tool like your CRM, right? So customer data is really important, and it's there to help you predict customer behavior and help you prioritize leads. But again, I caution, be very careful how that works. Now, there are also AI-driven chatbots, many chatbot products out there right now that are like a virtual assistant. So Intercom is one of them. Talk is another one. You can check it out. They have free trials that you can use. And yes, they're also there to enhance the customer engagement. But for certain industries, it's a little bit harder to do. So if you have sensitive information, like in the healthcare space, HIPAA compliance is something to think about. If you're in the legal space, obviously customer client information that is sensitive, you're not going to be able to do this through chat. So my recommendation is that you keep the types of communication to a minimum. So define first what you're willing to communicate with your customers. Define that. So are you going to create a chatbot that communicates payment information? Because in my opinion, we're not there yet with the security and safety and privacy policies in place, right? Everything is moving very fast. And every company out there is saying, hey, we're doing it to improve the customer experience. But that's not necessarily going to be true for everyone. And then, of course, you have the predictive analytics tools like Inside Sales and Everstring. They also use AI algorithms to forecast the customer behaviors and the trends. And the sales teams are going to leverage those insights to make data-driven decisions, such as targeting high-value accounts and optimizing sales strategies. And there is actually one more, other than the predictive analytics tools, the AI-driven chatbots, and the CRMs. There is one more tool for salespeople that they should be using, and that is the content creation or copywriting tools. There are many out there, like ChatGPT, you can use, but if you're trying to do it at a massive scale, be able to scale it and do it with quality, articlefactory.ai, which is the sponsor of this podcast, is a great tool, and you can set it up for free. So I would urge you to check it out. Again, article-factory.ai is one of the tools out there where you can really scale your content and maintain the quality. So as AI continues to revolutionize the sales process, the integration of technology and human expertise, it is proving to be a winning combination to make your sales more effective and customer-centric.
A lot of stuff going on in AI and sales, Alex.
Indeed, indeed. Yes. Well, sales and marketing is something that I've always loved talking about. And so I, for one, am super excited. But again, with that one little caution flag there, which is be very careful with who you share your customer information with, right?
And that should be just about everyone's approach to pretty much anything in AI at this point as well.
I agree.
And yeah, so anyways, we're also highlighting the work of Manu Chopra today, on the CEO of Karya, from Time's 100 Most Influential People in AI. In 2017, Manu Chopra, aged just 21, embarked on a field visit to a data company in Mumbai as part of his new role in AI. What struck him immediately was the stark environment: hot, dusty room housing around 30 men, toiling over laptops under just a single ceiling fan. To his dismay, he discovered they were earning a mere 40 cents per hour, while the data they generated was worth significantly more. This experience left Chopra pondering a different approach to this work. The data that fuels modern AI often originates from factories in the global south, where laborers earn meager wages to train AI systems. Witnessing this inequity firsthand drove Chopra, now 27, to establish Karya, a nonprofit with a distinct mission. Karya not only compensates its workers at a minimum of $5 per hour, roughly 20 times the Indian minimum wage, but it also provides additional compensation each time a company licenses the data for building a new AI system. Currently, Karya focuses on assembling datasets for Indian languages, often excluded from the AI revolution, with the goal of creating AI systems that are not only accurate, but also promote equity. Madhu Chopra firmly believes that if executed correctly, this model represents the fastest means of lifting millions of people out of poverty. And born into poverty himself, he won a scholarship to Stanford, which transformed the trajectory of his life. He emphasizes the profound impact that wealth redistribution can have on marginalized communities. At Karya, the core mission is to empower those who have long been left behind, using AI to create new opportunities and improve lives.
So I love this story, Jake, because as you know, we've worked with hundreds of nonprofits over the years for almost 2 decades. And so at the core of what we do, we're always thinking about improving the community with the different organizations that we work with, and even thinking about this podcast and how we can make it easier for people to learn about what's working, what's not, because there's so much that isn't as useful for people. But I love this story with Karya. I was on their website and taking a look at their data marketplace, and it'll show you all the different applications that were built And the marketplace is community owned. So the data is owned by the community of creators and people. So these data sets are there to ensure that there's a minimum 95% SLA, which is what they consider there. So this means that the proceeds from the sales will go back to Caria worker communities, ensuring that the workers stay out of poverty. So such an amazing story, right? We talk about in here on the AI Equation podcast how there's a lot of doom and gloom going on because there aren't standards all set yet between these tech companies and governments. However, with companies like Caria and thought leaders like Manu, you're seeing that whether it's Khan Academy with education, or in this case empowering people, there are a lot of really smart technologists that are using artificial intelligence for good. And I just love that story.
Definitely. I think that's definitely a positive that's come out of AI emerging, is that a lot of people are using it for a lot of good stuff.
Well, thanks again for tuning in to the AI Equation. If you enjoyed today's episode, as always, consider giving us a review, sharing the show with your friends, and make sure you subscribe here so that you can get the daily notification. We can't wait to bring you more AI insights next time.